Today's faith lesson is from Galatians 5:1, which reads, "Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty by which Christ has made us free, and do not be entangled again with the yoke of bondage." So Paul writes this letter to the churches in Galatia, and in this book, his main argument is that it is by faith alone, because of God's power and Christ's grace, that we are saved. He argues that there are no works that are necessary for us to be in right standing before God, but that God has done all of the work through Jesus. But then Paul goes on and asks us, therefore, does that mean that nothing I do matters? Does any of my action matter at all if none of it is going to get me salvation? And Paul says, actually, Galatians 5:1, it is for freedom that we have been set free. Our actions do matter because as we act, we're either actively choosing what God has for us or we're choosing against what God has for us. And God is the giver of life and of joy and of beauty and of love and of patience and all the goodness that our lives might have. And so when we obey through Scripture the commands that He's given, the guidelines that Paul lays out for us, that Jesus lays out for us, then we have that freedom. And when we choose not to live into that, then we're choosing to be yoked again as slaves to sin. And that brings about anguish and desperation and despair and nothing that is good. Paul knows this because God has told us that He has what is good for us, and that as we live in the freedom of God, we live against that which might cause hurt and despair and pain and anguish. And so today, I want to remember that I'm going to live for freedom that Christ has bought for me, and that the decisions I make and the things that I do are never going to buy my salvation or get me closer to Jesus, but they are going to allow me to live into the life that God always intended.